Hi everybody, it's day 92 and today it is Victorian Tea Party. So I've got a couple of things from the Graphics Fairy and I thought I would just make a little invitation. That's what I'm making, as if I was there and having the experience of doing everything by hand and, well, obviously not because this is printed out. So on the Graphics Fairy, well, I printed this up so I could fold in the middle and have the front, because it's got a little calendar, April, May, June. So I thought I was going to circle one of the dates and use that. Anyway, I'm going to cover the back with a Graphics Fairy. This is what I think. So a Victorian Tea Party was lots of little trays of lots of different things, which is really cute. And I'm going to put that picture on the back. Hope everyone's well today. I'm just going to work out what colour I'm using here. What's today? I don't even know. After a while you just go, what day is it from lockdown? Actually, no, I like that one. What day are we up to even? Feels like years. Anyway, it's Saturday here, and the sun's out. However, it is cold. It's a cold wind. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's pretty cool outside. I've got the heater on though, of course. Technically, I was just thinking that I could I could actually make this look really old, as if it's an old invitation that someone found in someone's grandma's box. So distressing the edge is kind of really hinting at doing that. You know, as this 100 days goes, you just get on and do things and discover as you go. And this could be that I just discovered that I probably should have thought a little bit more about whether I'm distressing it and making it an antique one, or whether I'm making it as if it was brand new, on the spot, in the 1800s, with the big corsets and the big full skirts. How would that be? Fun to reenact, maybe? Possibly not fun to have to do all day, every day. Those poor women. Conforming to whatever society told them they had to conform to. Anyway, I shan't have a rant about the aspects of that. That I could have a rant about, but I won't. Just thinking ahead. I was thinking I will like to round the corners, but however, I'll get it out so I remember. But I think I'll finish the inside so as it's not, you know. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I've got two Victorian style wallpapers. Yeah, so if I'm putting these down, I will need to round them as well once they're down. Yeah, I think I think I cut them and then I cut the outer one a bit more, so they're not ready to go as they could have been. Goodness me, can't even see the, where's the terry edge? There it is. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to do this. That'll make it easier. I've got the. That is a bit easier for me to see. Okay. 2 hours later, I get the pin into the glue. Oh dear. What am I doing? Similar. So further to the story of the cat and going out to my studio at Wood End, after giving that a little experiment, which is what it was, going out there and seeing if she worked and if my friend was going to work with her. She has a bit of a sneeze after being out there, and I feel a bit crap after being out there because it's so cold out there and the heating's not very good, and you know, the house is actually pretty mouldy. So I decided the cat, I don't think my friend was up for actually being able to look after a cat, even though it would be beneficial for his mental health. So I gave it a go. Gave it a go and realised it's not going to work. So I might pop out there to pick up a couple of things. My bread maker's out there. I might go and pick that up, because if we go into stage 4 here in Melbourne, in Victoria, I won't. I can't even go out there to the studio for work. So might as well bring my bread maker back, being as the bread I made, which I did try making bread. I'm sure there's an art to it, and I'm sure I can improve as I practice. But doing it in the Dutch oven meant it sort of spread out a lot, and it was a bit too flat and low, and so you couldn't really get a sandwich out of it. It was like having flat damper. Don't know if anyone knows. In Australia, damper is it's sort of the dough that the swaggies and the stockmen would make when they're out camping. By the billabong even. Yes, I've covered the Waltzing Matilda song in one of the... Please don't ask me what day that was. 100 days is like, I can't remember what I did now. It's so long ago. It was probably only last week or the week before. Anyway, damper was just a basic, flour and water mixed up in the billy or a pot, probably an old cast iron pot. And, they'd just break it off, have it with their cup of tea or with a bit of stew that was made or something, probably from something they'd caught in the bush or sheep or something. So my bread was a bit kind of like that, and there's nothing really wrong with that, but if you want to get more use out of it and multiple use and be able to use it for toast or for sandwiches or what have you, kind of requires just a bit more, I think, a bit higher. Bit more of a rise anyway. So if I get my bread maker, it was my mum's and she passed it on to me, and it gets sort of, you know, a small loaf about that size, so not really big, but I don't have a lot of bread, so that's perfectly all right. Clearly I'm distressing this enough to make it look like it was found in someone's attic. So there you go, I didn't really overthink it too much. Just having fun, just playing. Alright, I have got this lovely little lady. Everything's from the Graphics Fairy today. You can find the Graphics Fairy has, it has a membership with lots of stuff, but it also has a lot of freebies as well. I imagine this is the lady who's having the Victorian Tea Party. She's having her friends over for a bit of a soiree. And you know, in this time of COVID and being in lockdown, even if we're not at stage 4 here in Victoria, you kind of think, how nice would that be? You know, like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to just go out to a yummy high tea or something and dress up? Everything's become so different, I reckon. I don't know about you. I don't know what you think, but for sure for me, I mean, I'm pretty much a stay-at-home on my own person anyway, but I'm now thinking, I'd love to go and get dressed up and go out for high tea. That'd be awesome. There's the lovely lady. She had her little high teas back in the day. Right, so the Graphics Fairy has these little addressy things, and I just, you know, think you can put the name and address or whatever in there. I printed this, I printed it 6 up because I didn't think that any bigger, you know, it wouldn't be any good if it was any bigger. Put that over there. And I've used, I've mentioned it before, but I've used this, it's like manila folder. It's just a bit paler than manila folder, but I've got a whole pack of normal photocopy paper, but with this yellow, and it just really, I love the way it kind of helps make it a bit more antique-y. I mean, I think I probably, what I could have done was, now that I'm thinking about it, printed this wallpaper out and printed one of these over. I mean, then I would have, you know, I would have had to put a little clear area. If I'd have printed that over, this would have shown through everywhere. So I would have had to put something here to write the address. So for now, this is what we've got. and I like it like that anyway. I think that's fine. Definitely now I can punch the corners. I love a good punched corner, don't you? I can't help it. I love that squeaky sound. All right. Stop messing around, Christina. Right, where is I have a little stamp that I got that came in the mail, which has got date, time and place on it. It's just, I saw it and I went, that's what I'd like, one of those. But I have to put it on, definitely. Let me find in my very messy at the moment drawer. There. Like I said yesterday, when this 100 days is over, I'm having a couple of days and I am doing, I think I might ask the guy next door just quit his job, so I'm thinking I might ask him to help me and put up some shelves perhaps. He wants to be there and support his wife when she returns to chemo, so oh, how good is that? Love it. Oh, it's not Victorian writing, I know. I'm just having fun. I wonder what, well, I was just wondering about the date and things like that. Where's my other? I've got a, I wonder where that is. All right, 1 second. Okay, so I just spent ages looking for a particular date stamper that I've got, which also has letters, which wasn't where I originally put it because I've since moved some things, and then it wasn't anywhere else I could logically think I might have put it, so I gave up. And this is why at the end of the 100 days I am doing a mega cleanup. Anyway, I will write it in my crappy handwriting. Okay, so we wanted to have a date. Let's pick June the 1st. Probably I should be writing it in a very Victorian scroll. 2:30 p.m. because it's afternoon tea. Place. Let's make one up. All right, what pictures we've got? This looks like it could be, well, that looks like wisteria. That looks, it has to be an English name of a plant. She's got daisies, roses. This looks like wisteria hanging down. Place. All right, it's going to be Daisy Cottage. Daisy Cottage. Just made that up. Now it's an invitation, but it doesn't really say Victorian Tea Party, because you wouldn't say Victorian Tea Party if you were in the Victorian era. You would have just said afternoon tea or tea party. So I do need to have something that says tea party, don't I? Let's use some tea stained. Well, this is high tea, a fancy tea in the afternoon, if anyone wants to be fussy about it. Now yesterday or last night, as I was getting the stuff sort of ready, even though you wouldn't believe I actually get anything ready the way I seem unorganised sometimes, I had a bit of, off the Graphics Fairy, printed out just an A4 sheet of one of the wallpapers from that era, and I have just folded this edge in. As you can see, there's just like a very little line there, just a very little join along there, then cut the two corners and glued that up. So it's like a little envelope. So there's the invitation, ready to go. And I imagine, yeah, I'll probably end up putting this in as part of the English sort of botanical journal I've been making along the way in the 100 days. An invitation to high tea. Yes, please. That'd be nice. And I will go and make a cup of tea right now. Bye.